Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to what we hope will be an exciting and educational Santa Rosa week. I'm Jerry Cooley.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And we're here on Mediacom Channel 27, 4:30 to 5 every Saturday. And across the bottom of the screen here, don't forget, you can watch us anytime on YouTube. And please, do us a favor, if you're enjoying the show, take the time, send that email, send an email out to your friends and your neighbors. And so they can get an opportunity to know where we are. We would appreciate
that. And feel free to contact us if there's a story you'd like to see covered. Absolutely.
This show is not going to be super exciting. This one, but it's going to be educational. I think the voters need to hear all this. We have a lot of amendments
on the ballot this fall.
On the ballots this fall.
Florida State amendments.
Florida State amendments, and we're going to try to just get you kind of an overview, a few thoughts on these items. I know most of you probably haven't started really even looking at them yet, so we just wanted to get out ahead of time, put a few thoughts out.
And a lot of people don't even know what amendments are going to be on there until they actually get to the ballot box.
Right,
sometimes the verbiage is very confusing.
Yeah, there's quite a few on here. There's quite a few amendments, and you won't make a good decision if you wait till voting day to read these things. So we're going to try to throw them out there to you. There are a couple on here that I'm going to make a very personal comments on, and they will be in my humble opinion. But for the most part, we're just trying to get the verbiage out there to you, and we'll bat it around a little bit. So,
and let's also a little disclaimer here: we're using information from the League of Women Voters of Florida website, and I'll just go ahead and let our audience know that I'm the president of the League of Women Voters of the Pensacola Bay area this year. So, disclaimer there. That's the information we're using.
Right, and certainly they always they've always been a good source of information.
Yeah, this is all nonpartisan information.
Yeah, I'm not always going to agree in everything, but it's a good source of information.
Well, the league does research. The league goes out and they read the bills and they read the amendments and they do the research before they release any of this information publicly. And the information is released publicly as a service, just to let you know what's on these amendments and what the pros and cons are that we've identified in the league.
Right. So let's kick it off. Amendment 1, relating to property rights in eligible aliens. The summary is that proposing an amendment to the state constitution to delete provisions authorizing the legislature to regulate or prohibit the ownership, inheritance, disposition, and possession of real property by aliens ineligible for citizenship.
So the Constitution currently says anybody's free to own property, but the Florida Constitution, but
except
the state has the ability to regulate or to basically say illegal aliens cannot own property,
right,
or ineligible aliens cannot own property.
And what this amendment says is that then the state will no longer be able to say that.
There is no law right now that limits that, but they have the option of passing that kind of a law.
They have the option, and this is and right out of the gate, I'm going to express my humble opinion on this. If you're an ineligible, illegal alien, I don't know what the problem is here. We need to be calling the authorities to pick you up. I just, honest to goodness, this is a slap in the face to citizens of the United States of America that we have become so careful about what we say, that we don't want to offend anyone. Citizenship means something in this country. It means something to me. And my 2 cents worth is, if you're an illegal alien, you need to be reported to the proper authorities. We shouldn't even be having a conversation.
Well, it doesn't say illegal aliens. It's ineligible for citizenship, and that would theoretically include people who live overseas who own a property.
There may be some that might not fall into the category
Correct.
that I just discussed.
Correct.
But it looks like to me, with a huge population of illegal aliens in the state of Florida, that this is simply a measure to protect them. And my humble opinion, not Deborah's, this is my opinion, I don't appreciate the fact that my government is willing to look the other way while an illegal or ineligible alien, whatever phraseology you want to use, is allowed to own real estate in the state that I live in. So,
and the opposing view is that this is a discriminatory passage and it should be removed.
Well, it may be discriminatory, but you know what? There's a law against murder, and I might argue that if I kill somebody, you're being discriminatory towards me if you put me in jail for it.
Right. Now, it's, of course, again, it's possible someone lives here, but they're not a citizen.
There's a lot of those,
about
12 million of them, I think, upwards of 20 million in the United States. I don't agree with this, but you guys can I'm editorializing a little bit. You guys can make your own decision. I can guarantee you that I will never vote to allow illegal alien to have property rights. I think it's crazy.
So the pro is the amendment would remove an outdated and discriminatory passage from our Declaration of Rights, the Florida Constitution. The con is constitutional action is not necessary at this time because there is no present Florida law that prohibits ownership of property by aliens who are ineligible for citizenship.
Right. So
that's the pros and cons that the league has identified.
Number 1 is down.
Let's move on.
Number 2, Florida Marriage Protection Amendment. The summary is this amendment protects marriage as the legal union of only one man and one woman as husband and wife, and provides that no other legal union that is treated as marriage or the substantial equivalent thereof shall be valid or recognized. And of course, the sponsor for this one was the Florida for Marriage organization. So,
and let's again mention, there's already a law against gay marriage, is what this generally applies. There's already a Florida law against gay marriage. Mm-hmm. My understanding is that this was floated as an amendment because there's a fear that the law may be overturned.
Might change.
Exactly.
And an amendment by the people will carry more weight than a law by the legislature.
And the concern with this amendment is that there are many seniors in Florida who live together. They lost a spouse, they lost a partner. They live together. Maybe they both receive a pension or Social Security benefits. If they were to get married, one would end up losing part of their benefits or could lose all their benefits. And there's also a question of if somebody goes to the hospital and their partner can't come visit them in the hospital because they're not legally the spouse.
There may be some issues there. This is another one that I'm going to express my humble opinion on too. I certainly believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, and I don't see any problem in the world in recognizing that as a matter of law. I'll tell you, a lot of this stuff gets driven because alternate lifestyles say that they don't have the same protections or abilities that I do.
But again, you're not just talking about gays. You're also talking about older people who aren't getting married for financial reasons.
I understand that, but the U.S. Constitution grants everybody the same rights, and I just think this is in my humble opinion, marriage is between a man and a woman. I'm not questioning anyone's alternate lifestyle. I'm not questioning the older couples that you're discussing. I'm not questioning their lifestyle. I'm just saying, as a matter of principle, marriage is one man, one woman, and I certainly encourage this to be here.